Thanks, Jaemin, for that. Should Seoul join the U.S.-led multilateral trade pact, and if so, when would be the best time? Well, joining us live in the studio to break down the pros and cons is LEE Jaemin, Professor of International Law at Seoul National University's School of Law. Professor Lee, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, after reading through the all 6,000 pages and the fine prints of it, the Korean government said that this mega trade deal doesn't look a whole lot different from the Korea U.S. free trade deal. Now, what is your takeaway from it? What's your impression?
Thank you. Well, this is, again, another FTA. So in that respect, there are similarities between this one and the previous FTAs as well. But at the same time, this FTA is quite different. As we call it, it's a mega FTA of 12 nations. And in particular, this FTA introduces new rules and new norms of international trade. So this is, in a sense, this is a platform for new trade rules of the global community. So it can herald the advent of a new trade regime in the future. So if that is the case, this TPP agreement is quite symbolic and very important for many countries, in particular Korea, which is 8th largest trading country in the world. So in that regard, this FTA is the same or similar with the previous one, but at the same time, this is a significant departure, so to speak, or deviation from the conventional system of FTA. So this is a very important issue for Korea, I think.
Right, so this is not only a free trade agreement, but it's really a set of rules that set the new norm of trade, I believe.
Right.
Now, so the TPP, like you said, includes some new factors, which include standardized place of origin rules, limiting excessive protectionism of state-owned enterprises, and eased rules on e-commerce. Now, how would the addition of these new factors affect, Korea and its trade relations with the rest of the world?
Yeah, so these new rules are introduced to this agreement for the first time. So we have not seen this kind of rules in previous documents or previous agreements.
Ever before?
Ever before. So it's really difficult to expect how these new rules will play out. So, so the difficulty of understanding this TPP agreement is how other countries will implement these new rules which have been adopted for the first time, and how other countries will implement these new rules domestically. Well, this is a big challenge for Korea too. If Korea ever joins the TPP, then the first question and the big question is how we understand these new rules and how we implement these new rules domestically. Other countries will be watching Korea. Other countries will be watching very carefully how Korea will implement these new rules in Korea or with respect to vis-a-vis other countries. So in that regard, these new rules will be very important for Korea to assess the final impact of the agreement on Korea's overall interest on a long-term basis.
Now, even within Korea, opinions remain divided on whether Seoul should join the TPP or not. Now, those who support the Seoul's joining of the TPP say that Seoul, if it stays outside of the bloc, will lose its competitiveness, especially against Japan. Those who are against this joining of the TPP, they say that there are contentious issues like agriculture or intellectual property and products and services and investments. What are the pros and cons of Seoul joining this TPP?
That's really difficult to find a definitive answer to this complex question. But obviously there are pros and cons. There are positive aspects and negative aspects for Korea to join the TPP.
Sure.
Well, as you just mentioned, the negative side is obvious. This FTA is a very huge FTA. So obviously it entails a lot of sensitivities domestically, as you mentioned, agricultural issue, intellectual property issue, and small and medium enterprises issue, and automobile industry issue in particular. So there are many sensitivities politically in Korea. So in that regard, I think it will be quite tough process for Korea to be prepared for the accession process in the future. So that's a difficult part or negative aspect of Korea's joining the TPP. At the same time, given Korea's status in international trading regime, given how much we are gaining from trade with other countries, particularly with these 12 countries, even including Japan. It's difficult for us to expect Korea, which is outside this huge trading regime. So I think it's a matter of time for Korea to join the TPP or any other mega FTA for that matter with other name, with other countries in the future, given again Korea's status in the international trading regime. If that is the case, well, maybe there's some negative aspects in the beginning, but on a longer term basis, on balance, I think Korea will better off by joining the TPP or any other similar mega FTA in the future.
Sure. South Korea was initially invited to join in on the TPP negotiations table by the U.S. after the successful conclusion of the Korea U.S. FTA, which is back in 2010, I believe. And then President Park, during her trip to Washington, D.C. last month, signaled her interest in joining the TPP. How do we explain the shift in stance, and how should South Korea position itself so that the Korean government could get the upper hand, so to speak, in negotiations on trying to jump on the bandwagon?
Well, I think Korea made a difficult decision at the time. But in retrospect, I think Korea should have participated in the negotiation early on, given all the, the outcome of the negotiation. As we see from the text, again, there are many new rules, many new developments, and we are not really privy to the information because we have not participated in the negotiation, which is an important setback for Korea in planning to prepare itself for the future development in this new terrain, so to speak, new uncharted territory. So in that regard, I think, in my personal view, it is unfortunate that Korea has been part of this formulation of the new rule. But at the same time, there are benefits of waiting, so we can see how other countries are implementing these new rules, and then we can adjust ourselves in moving forward. So it's difficult to say whether that decision back in 2010 was an appropriate one or not. It depends. I think the jury is still out there. But at the same time, what is most important for us now is to understand the real impact of this particular FTA and what this TPP actually means for Korea. It's not about the tariff reduction effect, but more about how the new trading regime is to be formulated in the future, which will affect Korea directly. We have to understand that first, and we have to do our homework.
Right.
And then we have to, plan out our future strategy. And then we'll have to negotiate with other 12 nations. The negotiation will be quite brutal, I think, and tough.
Right, to join on this new global trade norm.
Right.
All right, LEE Jaemin, Professor of Law at Seoul National University, thank you so much for speaking with us tonight. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.